Hey Tarot friends, it's Jade here with Tarot Truth. Welcome back to my channel. I am here to do a walkthrough of the Tarot de la Nuit, which is a Lo Scarabeo deck. I know I've walked through this on my channel before, but I did it actually just as part of other videos as I was talking, so that you're not just staring at an empty table. So it makes it hard for people to actually look at a walkthrough, and I have had some requests, so therefore I am showing it here. I don't have the box. I don't know what I did with the box, but it is one of those, it's not a tuck box, it's one of those boxes that opens from the top. It's a nice sturdy box. I don't keep it in that. I actually keep it in a knit pouch. So sorry, the front of it looks like this. You can see the deck, and the deck is available on Amazon and Book Depository and other places like that. Okay, just gonna see, there we go. All right, the little white book is pretty good for Lo Scarabeo. Pretty thick. It is in the 5 languages, of course. Okay, so you get 60 pages in English, which is pretty amazing. You don't usually get that many pages in a Lo Scarabeo little white book. This deck has 79 cards. They've added an extra card, which is pictured right here, called the Angel of the Night, and things are always good when you get this card. Your troubles are at an end. So you get about a half a page of info. So you get the title, you get sort of the title, what the card is, and then you kind of get a title, I guess. Maybe not quite keywords, but sort of a theme, I guess, if you will. You do get some keywords down here, and then you get a message. And this is actually a message from the character in the card to you. You know, some people might not like that. Some people might just want it, you know, give it to me straight, without the story. But actually, so this was the first tarot deck that I got. I bought it at a very bad time in my life. And actually, this deck really helped me out. And the messages really, I really felt them. So it's one of those things where I really can't be upset about that format. I think it worked anyways, because also it's in a story format. It kind of helped me remember what the cards meant as well. So we're looking at the backs. I edged this. It just comes in plain white. I edged it first with a black Sharpie, and then that came off very quickly, so I've re-edged it. So my fingers are blue, not because of this deck, but because of another deck where I used a marker that I hadn't previously used. And apparently it comes off. So my apologies. I just noticed that a little while ago. Okay, so here's the backs. They are reversible, of course. Now, the one thing I'm going to say is this deck is not in order. Okay, so don't hate me. But if you're doing walkthroughs, I don't know, I don't think that it really matters, does it? I'm gonna do this. Very powerful images. I'm gonna see if I can increase the brightness here. Oh, maybe not that much. They are glossy. Okay. And which is probably good, because they are dark. And I don't mean, what I tell people is, I don't mean that they're dark in the sense of what people usually refer to dark cards as. This is reminds me of Jon Snow and his direwolf. But just dark as in the overall color, right? The tone, the light. Hubba Hubba. I will say, actually this one is very poignant for me, and so is this one. And that one, and that one. There's Elsa. This one I totally relate to. What was I saying? My brain is scattered. I don't remember what I was saying. I bent this card. There we go. I have no idea what the heck I did. None. Cinderella. Little Mermaid. Alice. Daenerys. There's quite a few character references. Oh, I know what I was saying. What I was saying is Black Swan. Sorry guys, my brain. You'll notice that almost everyone is young, like in their 20s, and white, and beautiful, and thin. There's the Angel of the Night, or Angel de la Nuit. So if that bothers you, if you want to see more representation in the deck, then maybe give this one a pass. If it doesn't bother you, give it a go. I really like it. I've heard some people complain. I love that the Chariot is a flying carpet. This irritates me. I do not like that whole chin holding thing. It just, I want to punch him in the face. Sorry. Okay, so you know, if that bothers you, then give it a pass. So I have heard some people complain about this deck, saying, you know, well, it's very superficial. I don't really find that, actually. I haven't found that. This, I think this is an amazing version of the Hanged Man. Like, there's no suffering going on here. She's just hanging upside down to get a new perspective on the rose. Which is, you know, isn't that what this card is all about at times? You might find that familiar. Yeah, so I haven't found that. Maybe I am reading too much into it. I don't know, but I have found this deck to be amazing. It really helped me through some really tough times. This is an amazing, obviously everything I say is my opinion. So if you have a different opinion, that's great. No problem. Just, I'd love to hear what it is. Leave a comment down below. Respectfully, of course. And, you know, everything I say is my opinion. So if you don't like it, then, you know, that's fine. We can all be big girls and boys and agree without being disagreeable. Anyways, what I was saying was this card. It's funny I'm talking about that, and this is the Judgment card. I love this card. I love it so much more than the Angel of Death, sort of giving everybody or I guess it's not supposed to be the Angel of Death, but the angel sort of blowing his horn and reawakening the dead. This is actually going into a whole new world and looking back and seeing where you went wrong, and where the right path is. Anyway, again, my opinion. There's the image that's on the box and also on the booklet. So yeah, that's not, superficial has not been my experience. I have found the messages that this deck gives to be gentle when needed, but also, oh my God, what is wrong with you, Jade? Like, seriously. Oh gosh, I am still sick, but anyways, I found the messages that this deck gives to be gentle when needed, but without fluffing out on the message. So it doesn't slap you in the face hard with a message when a more gentle version of same would provide the same result. Now, like I said, this was my first tarot deck, and you know, when I'm sure everybody does this. I don't know, maybe they don't, but I didn't really trust my intuition at the time. Wasn't sure if I really trusted the whole tarot thing or tarot reading in the first place. So I remember doing one reading like 5 different times. I asked the same question, or asked the question slightly different ways several times, and not only did I get the same message, but the message that came back to me was much more, I guess I read it. I don't think the cards are snarky. The cards are pieces of cardboard, right? But whether it was spirit talking to me or just my own intuition, or what, the things got increasingly snarky the more times I read the same question. So I started trusting myself much more after that. Anyways, the cards are pretty thick. They're not like Modern Witch thick, not indie deck thick, but they're not super bendy. I mean, I could continue to bend it and fold it, but they're pretty stiff, I guess is what I'm trying to say. They're highly glossy on both sides, and when I first got them, they were kind of sticky. So because of the gloss, they were super sticky, and you could see now it's not a problem, right? Like they just fall in, okay, no problem at all. They don't clump together at all. How did I get rid of that? Very simple. I was not able to get fanning powder, which I've heard helps tremendously. At least not for under $50, which, you know, is crazy like that. Anyway, I wasn't going to spend that much money on fanning powder. That might or might not work. I used cornstarch. I dabbed it on the fronts, dabbed it on the backs, and then wiped it off. Both sides, not super aggressively, but I wiped it off and made sure that they were clean. And then that just got rid of that stickiness completely. Try it out. I do have a video on my channel showing exactly how I did that. I did it for my Dark Mansion Tarot, and it works amazing. For the Dark Mansion Tarot, which is different cardstock, it's more staticky than sticky, and I do find that you have to reapply it every couple of months, which is fine. I mean, the whole process takes about 15 or 20 minutes, so not very much time. Anyways, this is a walkthrough for the Tarot de la Nuit. I hope you enjoyed. And I would love to hear what your experiences with this deck are, or if you're one of the people that find it to be too fluffy. I'd love to hear that too. All right, until the next time, bye-bye.